I go by the name of Clay. You can call me Kwame Mathiana Salada, and I'm here with a beautiful,
Delali, you can call me the Alpha. She's always late.
the beautiful Chamano Day here.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it go. Now the Diego. No, only naughty. Also known as Naughty Diego. You know how we do it? Let's get it.
Yeah. And this is the Mind Expression Podcast.
Yay!
Hurrah!
Yeah, need the win ya me pa. Yeah, no.
It's strong power, real power.
Yeah, won hear me pa. Nanekia.
Yes, sir.
So today,
What are we talking about?
What's this?
Today, you know what you're going to talk about. You can
Okay.
relate very, very well. Accra.
Eish.
I cry.
I cry.
Mm.
Yes. Is Accra overrated? That is what we're going to be discussing today. And this is going to be based on living expenses,
Rent.
employment, rent, the normal
Conditions of
nightlife conditions and the various communities, the perception about various communities and all that. Now I'm going to start me like this. I didn't grow up in Accra. I moved from the Western region after my secondary education to further my education, and after education, after my degree, I stayed back to work. The Lali same.
I'm
but
not from here.
You're not from here, but these gunmen,
Oh, okay.
they understand.
Born and bred.
Yes.
born and bred.
So we have, 2-2, and we're
Okay.
going to have this conversation.
So where do we start from? The nightlife or what?
You know what? Let's start from communities.
Communities.
Yes, let's start from communities. The perception about communities. For example, East Legon is like, Chasako is like.
Okay, so me, I grew up. I grew up for Accra Newtown, and for some reason, a lot of people will find the place very rough and scary to go. But like, to me, it'd be fun.
Because you grew up there.
Yeah, to me, it is fun because I can walk in the area at any time, whether 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 1 a.m., 12 p.m. You get me? Because I grew up among these people so I grew up among Muslims. They kind of, the way they think and the way they do their things is different from how, like, other
Everybody else
communities.
does it.
And I think it is like you have to be hard
Of course.
in such communities. You for be hard, else, and you can't help it. Because me growing up, I was a bit soft because I was living with my mom and dad when I was very, very young, like 9 years then. So I now be soft, kakra. But like when we moved, my dad traveled out and we moved to Newtown because I was living at what's the name, Kotobabiba, close to Jowulu.
Okay.
But when my dad traveled and we moved to Newtown, then started take show me. You see?
Give me an example.
Okay, so there was this twins being when I moved the twins, the area, then everybody they fear them for the area inside. The twins, everybody they fear them for the area inside. Where I go there, I say when they play ball, where then for come out, like then score them, then for come out from make another team come play.
They don't want.
They say no, they don't. So me, I go there, I know they understand. I say, but you why people they make these people they make the way they give me some baby. Where if this one they beat you, this one too they join. So everybody they fear them.
Wow.
Everybody they fear them. So it like those things go make you make hard. So in such a community, if everybody be everybody in child.
Okay.
Like for your compound inside, I draw my me, because me, if I misbehave, I draw my can discipline me.
No, I think that happened in a lot of communities, even outside Accra.
Oh, okay. So like these are some of the things where it happened for me, my community where I grew up for, which be Accra Newtown, and I love it. Like I love everything about Accra Newtown,
Okay.
and even if I tell anybody say I'm from Newtown, there's some fear. There's some I have to
I
be.
say you are some tough guy.
Yeah, like the next person is like I have to know how I move with this person.
Okay.
You get me? So this is what I can say about my community, Accra.
Not
Newtown.
where did you grow up?
I grew up in Adabaka.
Okay.
Um,
How was it there?
was okay, you know. Normal community. As a kid, I wasn't the most like outgoing person or the sportiest of people. I'm really bad at soccer, so
Now you're DB now.
no, I wasn't.
But the area he lived at out of
So
Accra,
you're hard one.
no, it be
From
DB,
I'm here
DB
DB
area,
for-
DB side.
You see, I'm not DB, but I would say we were sheltered.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a normal cool area. I did not really get into like the kind of areas like
Like I live.
yeah
there.
until I was much older in my life. But yeah, I mean I used to go to school in Kokomlemle though, so I just traveled between.
So yours was
Adabaka
like more
and
calm.
Kokomlemle. And then
School, home.
I think when I went to JSS, then I started mixing up with people from
Other communities.
other communities. Like there's a Adabaka official town, which is like the real
Please.
yeah
The real deal.
Started seeing more life. There's the Sahara and all of those places. That's more similar to Newtown.
So as a Ganyobi, is that what they say?
Yeah, Ganyobi.
As a Ganyobi, do you think Accra is, overrated? Do you think people talk too much of Accra, but Accra is nothing?
Nah, it's neither here nor there. I would say in some ways Accra is overrated, and in certain ways it's really everything that you say it is. Because if you're talking about proper nightlife
It's
in
Accra.
anywhere in Ghana, like I've had the opportunity to visit. I think, well, apart from the north,
I've done Kumasi, I've done Takrady.
Yeah.
Nightlife. I mean,
yeah, I've been in Kumasi, and the thing I like about Kumasi is that it's calm, which is what I like about it. Like compared to the fast-paced, like movement of Accra, like Kumasi is way calm. Takrady also, they have their places where things bubble up.
Yeah.
But in Accra, you can literally go out from Tuesday. Monday may be a bit shaky, but from Tuesday to Sunday,
Yeah.
there's something going on somewhere. So in that respect, and this is where the seat of government is, so it tends to like bring all this kind of hype with it. So
Okay.
certain parts of Accra are very much overhyped, and other parts are underhyped.
Okay, so then let me ask you this before I come to the Lali. Which part of Accra do you think people don't talk much about?
I think people don't really talk much about the underbellies of this. Is this city? Yeah, like the real ghettos. Because you see, Newtown is a ghetto. I've walked in Newtown before. Newtown is a ghetto. Like it's not like a ghetto. There's some kind of poverty, but then there's also a lot of business activity.
Yeah.
Like
It's
a lot of business. There's
it's a
lot
very
of print-
active
Yes,
city.
it's a business.
There's a lot of print shops. So
Yeah, it's the hub when it comes to printing.
it might
Yes.
have a sort of like a downtrodden look, but in fact in Newtown millions of CDs is being made
Made
Yeah,
every
a lot of
day
money is
True.
going
with transactions and
Yeah.
everything. But then also another place that mirrors Newtown, you can say it's like Agbogboleshi, but in a very, very dark way. Like if you go to the real underbellies of that place and you go behind, like into Agbogboleshi proper to all of that Sodom and Gomorrah area, like that place, there's a reason why they name it what they name it. It's post-apocalyptic. The view there.
Have you been there before?
I have been there before. You see,
Apocalyptic.
So I like to shop at Agbogboleshi because if I'm buying my vegetables, I like to buy them in
Fresh.
bulk and everything fresh sometimes. Because sometimes what they'll sell it to you in town, even in Mokola, compared to Agbogboleshi, is so different.
Okay.
And so one day I went, and I also buy coconuts because I make sometimes my craftsmanship comes up, and it's almost like I go crazy with things, and then I start making coconut cups and art with all of these things. So on one of my trips to go and get coconuts, I was walking and just got lost. I thought I knew where I was going, but then before I could tell, I was like, damn, I'm now deep in a place where I don't know.
Wow.
And it was in Agbogloshi. And then it was around maybe 4:30.
In the evening,
No.
morning.
In the morning, like quite at dawn.
Wow.
And so the sun was coming up little by little. So as I was finding my way, the place was brightening up, and it, like, every step got scarier with the kind of it's. I think when I noticed the place it was too late for me, so I didn't like freak out too much.
You didn't panic.
Yeah, I tried really hard not to panic at where I was, because I was like, damn, if anything happens to me here, no one is going to find me
Yeah.
in this place. But I think amongst those people are some of the kindest people also, because I was asking someone for direction. They're like, oh, pass it. But you see, people's houses are built on a sewer, like an open gutter, and the person's kiosk is built right on top of it.
Wow.
And the things like there's mountain heaps and heaps and heaps of
rubbish.
plastic and rubbish and electronic castaways. You know,
Yeah.
Ghana is the
Yeah.
place where they
have
bring,
four, yeah.
and it's one of the most toxic places in
Yeah,
the
that
world,
place,
if not
yeah.
the most toxic place in the
Yeah.
world. And when you're walking there, it's almost like you're walking in the land of the living dead. You will literally see people walking past you who are literally almost dead,
I
because
think they're on drugs and
some
stuff.
of them are on drugs. but
Prostitution and stuff.
even the prostitution, you will find it at the latter end of the that whole place, where it's even a little bit better. That is where you will see the prostitution. The inside is just abject poverty. I can't even call it poverty. Like, I don't know how to call it, because those people, the people who live there, I am in awe of where they gather any form of positivity or
Hope.
optimism or hope from, really. If they have any hope at all, because it was the lowliest of places I've ever been. And everywhere you're going, there's something burning. There's something burning. So it's like everything is burning.
Like,
there.
you see the way he's saying it's like a movie, and this shit is real. Though.
It looked like a movie. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
am
real.
I walking on a movie set? Is this a movie set or something? How are people living here? One thing I also realized is that we should be careful of the food we buy in town.
They make the best stews, I swear.
The egg, cooked egg and all of.
That's where they
I
do it.
saw a
From.
lot of women who.
Osianemeku.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw a lot of women who that was the oil rice.
And one
And one more. I saw a lot of.
nowhere I'll buy
I'll do it
Angwamu.
in my house.
I saw
And
a
you
lot of.
see those people that move with ice chests and they sell rice in the banana leaf. They make their stews there too.
All of like there's you see there's work going on, and there's kids playing in the field and everything, but it was absolutely terrible. Like, for me, I thought I had seen like dangerous places, because I've walked around Newtown, and me, sometimes I like walking in the dark by myself. Sometimes I do these crazy things, and I thought I'd seen a lot of crazy places, and I've gone to Sahara, which is quite like also the hub back then. I don't know about how it is now, but back then it was the hub of all drugs in Ghana. You'll find the drug, cocaine, heroin, and all of these addicts. I've walked around those people so many times, and what I saw there, I couldn't compare to anything. And I was like, this is really Ghana. Like, it made me understand that when they say this place is a third world country, this is what they mean.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
like this kind of poverty, I don't know how you get yourself out of.
But I bet you people are in denial. When you tell people there's a place like this in Accra, they will never believe. Do you know there is a thing when you go to the police station and report that your child is missing? Let's say, like, she or he is they are in their teen, maybe between 15 to 18, and you can't find this child. The first thing the police will tell you is that, oh, check the boyfriend and baby Anna. Oh, meaning the boyfriend, but the boyfriend also. The next thing they will tell you, go to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Why?
Because a lot of kids go there.
To do what?
I mean, the girls go there for prostitution.
But-
the girls go there for pimp. And there was this boy. What's the name? This
The
movie,
actor?
the actor. That is where he lives.
That was in Beast of
There
No
was
Nation.
he has this name.
Is it Razak?
No, he has this name.
Abraham. Is it Abraham?
Oh, no, Abraham Atta is in the States, but
Yes,
the other guy,
one.
he has this name, and
The
that is Striker.
Striker, yeah, true.
That be where Striker they hustle
As of now?
as and now.
Bro, look, I see that place. If you are there, it's only a higher power that can drag you away from that place.
Yeah,
So.
you get used to it.
And I think the reason why the police will tell you to go and search for anybody there would be for the reason that I think that it will be the hub for a lot of kidnapping and all of.
Yes.
Like any bad thing that happens, if you really go there, you will find the end source of it there, because I can't imagine that there wouldn't be drug dealers and all sort of
Human traffickers.
crazy
Everything
activities,
is
illegal
happening.
activities
I
going on
bet
there.
you if you are looking for like organs to buy, you can get some to buy.
Oh, yes.
What was most how would I say disheartening was that is it a lake or that runs into the sea, the Kole Lagoon.
Yeah.
It's not a lagoon anymore.
That's their shanking area.
It's not just a shanking area. It's, how do I say it? If any picture you know of hell that you have seen before,
That's how that place look like.
that's how it looks like. If they're going to throw you into the pit, that's the pit they'll throw you into. It's just this dark thing filled with waste, and it's not even organic waste. It's filled with.
So I'm coming. Do you think the government doesn't know that place exists?
The government knows that place exists.
And do you know? And I know they don't do anything about it because of political points.
I think that the situation is so huge that they've just thrown a blanket on it and everybody's just turned their eyes away. There's a layman's like from it.
Because at the point, I think at Tamil's time, he tried to evacuate them.
Recently, I heard that they were evacuating mostly the
Northerners.
onion sellers
Okay.
from where they were around that area, and these Chinese people were going to come and build
yeah.
a factory there.
Yeah.
Did you know the Chinese people came to test the land on which they were going to build the factory, and they said it is too toxic for them to build anything there, meaning that even if they build concrete and everything, the
thing
fumes
can
that will be coming
chop
from the
you.
ground over time is too toxic for them. So that project, like this is hearsay, what I heard from somebody, but they did clear the place, and if you go there's a part of it where there's huge walls, and it looked like there was going to be something, and then all of it has stopped.
Yeah.
Because it is like it's going to take years of cleanup, and this is not just like, oh, let us go and shovel this rubbish and go and throw it, because that's where all rubbish go anyway.
Yeah.
So where are you going to throw where all the rubbish actually goes? And these are chemicals that have been burnt there over time, chemicals and things that are not supposed to even see the light of day. These things that maybe will be buried down somewhere, they are all lying there. And I can't imagine that the people there have any long lifespan.
Of course, with all these things,
With all these things.
you are
Now,
inhaling to yourself.
Let's
yeah.
get to the Lali. The Lali, you didn't grow up in Accra. Where did you grow up?
I'm a Cove City girl.
Koforidua.
Yes.
When did you come to Accra?
2015, almost 16.
I need to hear you. I'm not
Yeah,
hearing
me
you.
myself, me too.
Intino. Asem no dia me kanyina say. I didn't grow up in Accra.
Okay.
I grew up in Koforidua.
Okay.
Some would say small ghettos in Koforidua, because if you grew up in Crew Town, it's just like New Town, he was saying.
Okay.
So I lived a little part of my life in Crew Town and then Angwa Town.
And then you came to Accra 20
Yes.
what?
15,
Okay.
almost 16.
2015, 2016. How was your experience first day in Accra?
Confusing.
Okay, give us the rundown.
So my first day in Accra was from the station straight to Kolebu. And when I got to Kolebu, I was looking for a place to stay. So there was this guy showing me around to help me find a room. And mind you,
Long term or short term?
long term for like 2 years. So we were going through I don't know if it's Lungu or it's Pathway because I've lived in the Zongo, so I thought
You knew it.
I
all.
knew it all. We were passing and then all of a sudden somebody's kitchen,
Where Kolebu?
like Kolebu,
That's like polygon.
Polygon there.
somebody's kitchen, and the woman was like, "Oh, ubet me afani say tra." It's like we should jump. We would be able to. Oh, just jump. Don't worry, it's fine. And
You felt like this is the ordinary.
this is not
This
ordinary.
is not a crowd that they sold to you.
No, the Accra I see on TV is not this one. No, but then the Accra I pictured was not what I was seeing. How can you walk into somebody's kitchen and she tells you, "Don't worry, just jump"?
And did you get the place you were looking for?
I didn't want it.
But like you eventually got a
If
place.
you're
I
going
got
to
a
go to
place.
someone's kitchen to get to your...
I won't take. So eventually you got a place.
I got a place, but
How
not
much,
at Kolebu.
How much did you pay for that?
The first place I got, I paid for, it's a single room, so I 350 as at that time.
Self-contained or just single?
Self-contained.
So
350.
imagine.
And it was
In
a gated.
2015?
Yes.
2015.
Oh,
It was a gated somebody's house, and
Okay.
The
like a
back
boys' quarters.
quarters.
okay.
And I couldn't stay there for up to a month, just 2 weeks, and I told the woman I can't stay again
Why?
because she locked the door all the time.
Ah, okay. So she had
The
a
main
curfew.
She didn't have a curfew. The main gate is always locked, and you have to knock. You could knock, and she's in her room. She's not hearing you.
Okay.
So it felt like I'm trying to invade on her privacy.
Every time.
And I've always been on my own. I like my own independence, so I don't want it to be like I'm coming to the house and
Now permission to
But me, I
go
don't
out.
get this thing
permission.
with landlords.
Well,
like,
I'm facing it right now though.
so ask for permission. So I stayed that place. I stayed there for just 2 weeks, and it was very hard to take my money. It doesn't. Next topic. I rented a different place, which was 450, which was still a single room, and I had a roommate.
Wait. So did you share the 450 with your roommate, or you paid the 450 alone?
No, I shared
whilst
the
you had-
450 with my
Uh-huh.
roommate. So the room was 450, so we shared it
Okay.
225.
Single self-contained.
Yes.
So we can all agree that rent in Accra is breaking people's bank accounts.
And in my Koforidua, chamber and hall is
where we are coming
125.
from, I can
Up until now 2023, chamber and hall in Koforidua is 125 Ghana cedis.
I mean, it's Koforidua. Let's not get it twisted.
But why is Accra here?
Because Accra the demand is more.
more, yeah. So
Accra the
then-
demand is more, so it will make it
That
expensive.
is why we
goes
are
to show-
suffering.
that
It
goes
is
to show 'cause
overrated.
A lot of people are working and all they're using their salaries to pay for is rent and transportation. Their food, or let's say their feeding has not even come. Then you know that at the end of the day you are working for landladies and
Yeah,
car owners.
You're living for the dream, the Accra dream, because
it's true.
you can't well, if you could make it anywhere else, you would be there.
Yeah, true.
So you want to make it here. So, and this is like, as far as Ghana is concerned,
Accra is the big deal.
here is where
Yeah.
you come to actually come and make it. I'm not
Because
saying you
there are a
can't
lot
make
of
it anywhere.
opportunities here.
Actually, if for most people who live in Accra, sometimes when we go outside Accra, we see opportunities to make it
There.
there.
Yeah.
But then the thing that will even stop you is that the mentality is also different. Whereas if you think people are slow here, just go
To
outside
another place you
and
see.
you see how
People are extremely slow.
extremely slow. So I mean, it's Accra. The price of things are crazy. Oil jumped to what from
Oh yeah, it got bad.
Like really bad.
So I mean Accra, when it comes to the landlords, I think I hear this thing a lot that Nigerians made the landlords
Things difficult for.
because with the Nigerians, when the landlords are like, "Oh, I'll take this amount," they don't
They're willing
bargain.
to pay. Yeah.
So the foreigners are the reason why prices are shooting.
Yeah, that is what
You
I
see,
heard a lot.
This is
of
what
them.
happened. Most Ghanaian landlords don't want the Nigerians. let's be truthful.
Now, before they did.
No, they don't. So they, in order not to be come out straightforward and say, oh, I can't take a Nigerian here because Ghanaians are the most passive aggressive people that you will meet, they will give the people a high price
just to suck them away.
Thank you. But this is someone, when the Nigerian has left their house, their parents' house, and they say, I am coming to make it anywhere.
Yeah.
Trust me, they are dead serious on what they're coming to do. So, like, they are willing to take the risk. And then all of a sudden, they say, oh, yeah, we'll pay. We'll pay. And as much as you call, they can pay. And then it hypes up the price of what is supposed to be. And now the Ghanaians who are around, are like, oh, but we weren't charging like that. But if the Nigerians can pay, why not? Why not you, the Ghanaians?
It's upset because right now people are paying 1,000 and 1,500 for Chimbe and Horse of Contain.
It depends the area. Though.
Where?
As in,
But I'm coming. But I'm coming.
Definitely.
I'm coming. Let's not forget that even in Accra, it then get difference
There
with
are
the
classes
areas
to the
where you
Accra.
want to live and the kind of money you're going to pay.
I mean, if you want
So-
to live in East Legon, somewhere like East Legon, just be prepared with anything around 1,000 cedis in your pocket a month
for
1,000
what?
cities.
For what?
for maybe a chamber and hall.
Where?
1,000 cities. Are you
You won't
serious?
get-
East Legon.
1,000 cities was a single self-contained.
Single room self.
Single room self-contained. Sometimes you won't even get.
I don't think there is any apartments at East Legon
But,
that
but,
you
but me,
get
if
for
you ask
1,000
me,
cities a month.
I don't know anything that will make me live in East Legon if it's not maybe work. Something that's
So
close
what's
to the
special
place.
about East Legon?
I mean,
Is that it? There are a lot of places there you can. The nightlife thing you talked
Go
about.
to Osu. Osu has a nightlife.
East Legon has a better nightlife. I go to.
No.
No, you're not sure.
no, you can't
Where?
compare it
Go
to
to
it.
Osu.
Osu. But I mean, but East Legon has a lot of restaurants and bars.
Yes.
See.
Right now,
Don't
they
you
has more. I mean,
It's like
compared
every
to
2
Osu,
weeks there's
Right
something
now,
coming.
right
compared
now.
to Osu, they have
No,
more
no, no,
restaurants.
no, no,
There are a
no.
lot of
You
restaurants in
guys
East
chill.
Legon more
right
than
now,
Osu.
Right now, if you're taking the road from Cantonment, from Laboni Junction,
Yeah.
all the way into the Cantonment, right now, if you really look at it well, it's a strip of restaurants all the way from
From the after the Laboni school.
Yeah,
from
from
after,
Laboni.
it's just restaurants going.
Yeah, there
So
are a lot of
also it's
restaurants.
also opening up
Yes.
into different places. Like as for the development and everything there, it is coming everywhere, even in Osu and or East Legon and all of these places. The thing is also that I think in Accra there is a lot of businesses that are really just set up to launder money.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's
this is
very
what
true.
hypes up the price of a place.
Mhm.
Because an area can be a normal area until people with huge money move in and start gentrifying the area, just buying plots of land and building
Some
certain.
yeah.
like high rise.
Everywhere you go in Accra, everywhere you go in Osu, everywhere airport, there's all of these high-rise buildings,
Yes.
all of these businesses,
Apartments.
all of these apartments, and there's nobody in them. Really, there are nobody in them.
Yeah.
Most of these ones, apart from when it gets to like dirty December and all of these things. And then you wonder, what are these businesses? How are they making money?
Yeah, just washing.
How are they making money?
Washi,
So
washi.
I feel very much that one of the
Landramats.
things that makes Accra very, very expensive is that these high places are being used really to launder money. And
I think the money laundry thing is a thing now. It's a big thing, and you hear it among a lot of people. There's a conversation. You will see this person open a restaurant. You can tell that Nipa way there.
Restaurants, okay, I'm also being
Like you can't. Like there is nothing. Like Jane said, "Obi be restaurant. Anya Nipa way." And you say, "Ebi onye capable, but utmu say, the ocean in life, restaurant
It's not
there."
something.
But they go open restaurants. Then you ask them, Charlie, so what do you do? Like, how do you survive? And they'll tell you, oh, my restaurant. But in the restaurant, so be a song call. But you can tell, you go
Living
fit
a
tell,
good
say,
life.
I mean, understand. So all this money laundry thing, it go on. Who are kuma? when you go into it, especially that East Legon there way, them all won't go there. East Legon, see, Madam the chop gate man, boss the chop house help. What be name? Madam in son the chop
House girl.
in cars because I don't know. I think a lot of celebrities want to live at East Legon. That is why I was putting some high value on East Legon, and we have this grown men who are super rich, and they have executive. They have this executive club there, East Legon Executive Club, and they've made it like a sport for everybody to come and because people want to belong. People feel like, okay, when I go and live at this East Legon, I can some way join.
It's not just about living in East Legon. You see, you are who you know, or like you are the kind of people you walk around with. So if as a business person, if you find out that if you have the amount of money where it allows you to go and live among certain kinds of people,
Do it.
you should, because literally, if you become friends with, there are some friends you can talk to them every day, you will never hear anything. And then there are some people you can talk to them 1 day, 2 days, they'll tell you some business is up. And if you have money, you will straight up be making some crazy amount of profit, which you never thought could happen. And so I see it as the same thing with fraud boys buying cars and all of these things. Because I used to ask myself, why do they buy and do all these lavish things? They do it for street credibility. They do it to have the kind of credibility that makes other people think that, oh, I can bring business to this guy. So living in East Legon is sort of like that.
Okay, so let's move from that side and get into relationships in Accra, because it's all part of the Accra
being
living.
overrated.
Accra, yeah.
And Punachia one crime.
It's expensive.
A hot spot, and yet
It's a crazy matter.
it's a hot spot.
I mean, it depends on where you want to go and find a girl.
True.
If you go find a woman for these big restaurants, then this these clubs. Imagine say you go Twist or you go
Front and back.
them places. See, one time a friend of mine, junior selection, in wife and birthday, and I'm very close to the wife. So I say, oh, make we go out. So I pick up in wife. Then where we went to Republic. Then from there we went to Bloomberg. Then from Bloomberg we went to Ace Tantra.
Hey, them waiting.
You see the people we see for Bloomberg, that be the same people we see for Ace Tantra. And I say I spoke to somebody who goes out a lot. My guy been I say every weekend they go out. I tell him say I realize say the people we see for Bloom them he say see when they go out every weekend, the group of people where then they see the girl, it be them son
and they'll become friends.
It be them son and they see for this club. So one time I was talking to this celebrity. It be big, then it be group. But then time then it be big. Where right now you know be big, they not be big again. But one of them come back to the music scene again, then from Adabaka.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Wait, one day we did this.
That's it.
One day we did studio inside, and he made a statement. He said, see, you see the woman where we chop. You see the woman where we chop. The time will be big. It be now the new artists will then come. No, it not be new, but like
I get
Sarkodie Adams than the other people. No, now let's say Sarkodie is married, so let's mention the new ones will then come. Now then they chop those girls. So it be like the thing. It be circle.
It's a circle.
So it be the same girls where boys just they exchange because they go date you, they no go last, they go try and go date another person. So for Accra, that be that was so if you be then club then since you want meet your woman there. But on a normal thing like school, maybe church, you dey drive.
I like how you say
maybe,
school, church.
maybe you go fit meet a normal girl with. I mean,
Hey, so those are the club they have
No,
normal.
I think
club people.
I think
Go
like
run.
there's a category of there's different categories of women you will see if you go out in Osu. Like they're straight up once. Ranger, this one, no. We call them Rangers. The Power Rangers,
Hey,
they
Power
are
Rangers.
working. They are working women on
Yeah.
the street. When you see them, you see them. And then there are also,
There are
Like-
other rangers in class.
oh,
There are other rangers. You
In
will not see that
churches.
it is rangers.
You see the ones,
See.
the ones that go to the club,
if
you know,
it's
them
me,
know.
I've been in that scene for a long time, enough to differentiate what class of ranger you are,
Yeah.
or where you're coming from.
So
Like,
wait. Let me. And then let's say you see someone coming, you go see say be ranger.
oh, you can see a ranger when you see a
I
ranger.
always say that thing. Say if you see a girl coming, you go fit tell the kind of person she
Oh, you
is.
can see a ranger when you see a ranger.
Disclaimer: if you don't know who a ranger is, there's a working class girl. And when I say working class girl, some people call it hookup, some people call it prostitution, some people call it exchange of
Whatever
goods and
you want to
services,
call
whatever
it,
you want
or
to
do
call
you?
But we call it ranger.
It's a sex worker. It's a sex worker working on the streets of Accra. You see, the thing is, if you're going to go to the club and meet people and meet women, it's not you can meet nice and decent girls in the club. Trust me,
Yeah.
there are girls who come to the club.
You go to the
and
club too, don't you?
They
I
come
go
from
to the club myself. So
they're going to party and stuff, and you can meet them there. It's just that sometimes it's not your class of ladies. You understand? Because when these outside ladies come, you see them, you see what kind of ladies they are. So there's a difference between them and the rangers too. You understand? There's that differentiation that you can see. But
Now, before you continue, right, there's this thing, right, and I'm going to use myself as an example. Like, you meet me at a club, right, and then because of my hair, because of the way I look, since you're saying when you say ranger, you can see from afar. You see me like this with my hair, and maybe I'm in some nice, short dress with my heels and everything, and I'm walking, and and then you see me, and you identify me as a ranger. Guys do that a lot.
Oh, of
People
course.
tend to think that because you look a certain way.
you're a ranger.
But for
well, yes. For me, yes. Here's how I would say you can tell the difference. You have to see what kind of company that person is keeping. There's a difference when you see girls having a girls' night out and partying, and then there's a difference when you see someone who is actually working. So it's like she's dressed nice and everything, and she's just looking. She's just sat at one place waiting for someone to come and talk to her.
because for all you know, painting my mentor deal.
Yeah, it's true.
Painting my mentor deal. Maybe she be
Ranger, but in a different
but
way.
she be bad girl, but she dress very decent.
Okay.
It has happened before. We went out as a group of friends, and one lady just joined us. She was bubbly or happy. She didn't look like a ranger. Her dressing was not in any way like a ranger.
Yeah.
Very decent, extremely decent.
But they do that.
But
They-
she ended up trying to kiss me because she said she likes me the way I look.
That's how no the on your
Like that
ranger.
one.
Wait, I've not finished. Let me jump in the gun.
What happened?
She followed one of the brothers to the house.
Did she demand
Of course she did.
exchange?
Yes.
Okay.
But make I tell you this thing, and those days where we they go club, those days where I really they go club, then get two types of rangers. Then get the one way you approach, then talk about money. Because that time, 2009, now the term hook up no day.
Yeah.
So you go when you approach them, you go then get ones where you approach them, talk bargain money, talk say, oh, how much you go take? She go talk 200. Oh, I will give you 50. Say, oh no, 50 no good. Give me 100. Oh, I will give you
From 200
75.
to 50.
I'll give you 75. Then you see you agree on money. Then get them ones. When they get the ones where then you go talk to them. You go talk to them like, oh, you they like them. You go dance with them. You go make you feel like you like them. Then you dey go out.
Is
You
that
go
the
talk.
girlfriend experience?
Then you go take them go house. Then you go take
you
them.
see.
Listen, then you go take them go house. You catch house, you go do things. The next morning when she dey go, she for no ask you. You know. Say you for
There's
sort.
no form of communication here.
No, that
It's
one.
back to back.
It not be like major say, this be normal, but okufia, you for sort. Then she go.
And
go
are you
out.
going to call that person again? Like,
Such a person, you go fit call him again, she go fit come. Then I be understand. But anytime she dey go, you dey sort. I be understand. Then once day, but now it be different. Now it be hook up.
You be straightforward. That one.
Me,
There.
I've been out. I've. If I say I've been out of that game, as if I've even been inside. Well, if you're a musician and you're struggling to make money, you don't have any excess to even think of.
You don't drink humpo.
To even think of.
but you do know that it is you to say musicians that are, pumping these girls one way or the other.
Unless if you're a struggling artist, you are now coming up. You don't even think about this. Like you about humpo. This is if you are talking about the established ones who are like big. Then we can talk, but like upcoming artists or something like that. Accra
Why are you going to pick any of them? You can't pick. You can't pick.
About chimpos. Accra, the dating
everything
scene
is
in
overrated.
the dating scene in Accra is crazy.
But let's not try and make it as if you can't find.
Of course,
Hey,
you can find
Accra,
beautiful
they
human
know that
beings.
one.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh no,
some
it's
sort
not cool.
of
You
love,
can,
you know,
you
like I
you
said,
can.
some
get.
sort of love in Accra, because based on where you see, I come to find that if you're going to school, if you're involved with anything that has community built around it,
You will
or
get a girl,
you will meet somebody
there.
and
Definitely
based on
meet
how you
people.
meet someone or your own character or the things
Mm-hmm.
that you like, you might find something in common with somebody.
Yeah.
So students and all of these things,
But
and
lately, to the
church,
students, they give more
See.
boys pressure. Go ask you for car, but will ask you for iPhone. And funny enough, we are all in the same school. Then they pay they give we kakra to
Monthly
come.
allowance.
So how
but
do you
if your
expect
father hasn't
iPhone
bought you
from-
an iPhone, how do you expect
share?
that a boyfriend who is the same age as,
As
you
you.
or in the same bracket
The way the kids think nowadays
It be
is
different,
different.
They are built different.
will buy you an
understand
iPhone?
She's looking for an iPhone.
that. See,
Because maybe in friend B they date some
I've seen
Game
a
Boy.
video where all the girls, like, all they are doing is to flaunt. Like, you don't know what they are doing. All
Like
they are
this.
doing is doing this. Like,
Get
they
an
are just
iPhone.
like this. And there was an audio that went viral. Why the girl was saying that the guy should chop her for 3 weeks and give her a 7+.
Can you imagine? 7+. And you're 12.
And yet,
Nyet
not
13
for my.
Oh, okay. The lie musha.
I mean,
the pressure.
if
Damn.
so, I mean, yeah, like dating scene in Accra, it be crazy. It depends on the places you want to meet your people. Cause I feel like Osho Obotom no dia day to Accra, Osho status no dia day to Accra.
Yes, definitely.
Cause one katu quote according to
size there.
now go chow we be out there you find sell we to sell or dabo and now YOC bottom now they also person chow quote to say your friend say EL and now your friend is saying Joey Bia
Send one cotton who they are bed there. At this point,
there's
No,
then
but
get
you
some
see,
girls
what-
way
What I also think is that right now, the pressure in Accra between both women and then men. When you go on Snapchat, there are some people, they call them chairmen. Every weekend, they are buying bottles for girls. And see, I know somebody, right? And this thing they will say is, don't tell your friend the story. Your friend that is a podcaster, don't tell her your story. It will end up on a podcast.
Yeah.
I know somebody, right? And they are like a bunch of girls and they are friends and they go out. And then when they go out, they'll just share. If they buy like one bottle of Moe, they will just
Split
and pay. It's like a bunch of girls. So one of them would come and then tell me what happened the previous, like when they went out, what happened. And it will amaze you that at a time, someone invited all of them, like in between them, one of the girls invited them to an event. And then they were asking, like, so the girl bought tickets for every one of her friends to go with her. And then after she bought the tickets for them, they started asking her, what table are they going to sit on? And she said, oh, is this an event? I bought tickets for you. We can get in. And I think the ticket comes with a tequila something. So you can also pick your money and buy drinks for yourself. This girl said, no. Whenever we invite you for an outing, we get a table, we get drinks, we are girls. We can bring, like, when we come and we start dancing and things, we can bring in other guys so they should give us a table and give us bottles. All these demands.
Can you imagine?
Just to go out with your fellow girlfriend and enjoy yourself. And I think all these things comes from the fact that they'll see on Snapchat a bunch of girls too have gone out and they are breaking bottles. So they want to also be able to live that life.
Who are you doing the
what age
competition
limits
with?
are these girls?
Between 21 and 25.
The pressure is too much. And do you know that even this thing is happening on TikTok where these young girls see these guys who have like some few numbers, like maybe somebody have 20,000, 30,000, and they will be like, okay, they want to do videos with these
Collaborate
people.
with you.
Then, do you know, there was this story circulating that when they go to these guys, the guys sleep with them. There was this girl that went to 3 different content creators on like TikTok. And they all slept with her. And they will promise they will do the video, but they won't post it. They won't even tag the girl when they post it.
So the question is, you the girl.
All this pressure is going on in Accra.
No, but
It's
okay,
crazy.
you the girl. What are you trying to become? Are you trying to become a content creator, or you just want to be famous? Because understand this, being a content creator is not an easy job. It is not something that people will just get and pick your camera and then you shoot. Understand that you, as a content creator, you are the producer, you are the editor, you are the marketer. It's more or less like you are a whole production.
Yeah, you're a production house.
I mean, we are in Accra where a lady went on an interview and said, oh, me, I sell products. Me turn products. Products come to me and I do advertisement for them. And because of that, because of my numbers, they bring it and I charge them. That's how I'm able to acquire bands and live in a
Are you
4-bedroom.
talking about
Then a week later, she comes selling
Kayamata.
some cream. Well, after you
let me
use the
break-
cream.
Let me break it down for you.
Okay.
Haji Abintu went to interview with Delay. And after that interview, I personally think that after that interview and the whole idea of I bought the Benz with my money as a content creator, it put some form of pressure on her because people do not see Haji really advertising a lot.
Yeah.
All she does is probably at first she'll post the flyer and she will charge and post the flyer. And there's no lie. See, this is not a lie.
she advertises a lot.
Yeah.
She does.
And she has the numbers.
She advertises herself.
Yes. So then I'm talking, she says she uses the product ads that she does to get the money to do that. Now she has some form of pressure on her after saying that. Because then everybody is now expecting that she would actually do ads.
That's Accra pressure.
You understand? Then I don't know whether it's a brand management thing or it's her management or whatever. She took in this ad and she did. And for the first time, apart from the Fun Yogurt ad, she did an ad, a video ad describing a product, and it ended her up in trouble. Because then it comes to join the fact that you are doing Kayamata and you have all these things.
So meaning
you are using the Kayamata to charm these men. Because as an advertiser, whatever you advertise,
meaning you've used
people
it.
are expecting that you have also tried and tested the product.
Yeah. You used it.
And so because of that, this is what you're teaching people with the brand that you've been able to build, with the numbers that you got.
Although you will be Accra pressure. Accra
it.
pressure.
That's
But
the answer to everything.
let's not refute this. As content creators, let's say the truth. If we are able to build our numbers to a particular place and we are able to manage our brand to a particular place, we make a lot of money from social media.
Yes, that one
True.
just
Of
true.
course, you will
There's
make
a
lot
lot
of
of
money.
money to be made on social
Of
media. So
course,
let's
a lot.
not make it look like anybody that says that I made money from social media and I'm living this lifestyle based on social media is a lie.
No.
we are
Some
not
people-
You know. I do not dispute the fact that Haji Abintu made her money off social media in this way. Anybody who is going to come into contact with Haji Abintu, it doesn't matter what product she's selling or what service she's offering, is coming into contact with her because of her social media presence. And she has built that presence already. So any money given to her behind, for whatever reason, it came because of social media.
Exactly.
So if she says she makes money off social media, she's right.
Yeah.
I just felt like
Her explanation did not really
But Hajia Bintu, every time she has spoken, doesn't come off to me as an intelligent person at all.
Of course.
But I have never looked at her to look for intelligence in a woman.
Yeah.
What do you look at her and you see?
She's a sex symbol. That's what she
She
said.
says, yeah, she
She is a sex symbol. Like, and she's like, she stands for the objectification of women, because everything that men like to objectify about women, it seems like she has it in, even like she has
Abundance.
it and flaunts
See,
it.
it is the
And
men.
she
It
flaunts
is the
it.
same
Yeah.
men that has gotten her to where she is now. Because when she came, if men did not do her, Trumuni.
Oh no, but men will do it. That one there is. But
So don't finish.
I am saying that I do not expect. Like, I was a bit disappointed in, like, oh, this is a new low to come and actually sell this. It's a new low, but it wasn't that I was super surprised that she would
But
do
do you know
something,
what's funny
sell
about
something
all
like
these
that.
things?
And a lot of people were acting like, we can't believe Hajia Bintu is
But
selling
like,
this.
yeah.
Nobody's
The
doing that.
funny
And I'm
thing
like,
is that when
what
you
do
go
you
What do you
expect?
expect?
What are you expecting?
But-
What? She's Hajia Bintu. Like, and I am not saying that she's not a smart girl. You understand? But I am just saying that when I look at her, I'm not seeing an intellectual.
Okay.
I am not seeing someone who will come and sit down. I'm not seeing someone who will come and sit down and talk, like, or have any higher conversation. It doesn't mean she doesn't know how to make money. There are people who are rich, and when it comes to business, they are apt to it. But if you want to talk to them about life
things.
situations, and
They have no
they
idea.
you'll be like, and this in Ghana is everywhere. There are a lot of rich people who are actually stupid. When you talk to them, like when you're actually talking to them,
You know they know nothing.
you are like,
Yeah, like,
"Hey,
How
Then
did they make
you
that
sit
money?
there and think,
how is this person a
Yes,
rich?
then you'll
How
be
is this
thinking,
person that rich?" But
so
it's
after all
just
these brains.
it's just because when it comes to they are apt in some particular field, and
And
when
they
it
are
comes
good
to
at
that
that.
field, they're just good.
Excellent.
If someone is selling something at
I was so kind.
Abosokai, and that's what, if you ask them about gearbox, they will tell you
break
where
it down.
they can get it from. But if you go and ask them about
Anything outside
anything
that.
outside, or try to seek their mind on something that is
Zero.
actually, no, you don't seek their mind in those things. It's our fault that in Ghana, when someone has money, or in Africa, money becomes the
think you are
determinant in who
smart.
is respected.
Yeah.
I know
So
it's smart.
if someone has money, then people we are all fanfullers. If someone has money, we laugh at their stupid jokes,
Yeah.
jokes that are not funny. Like, there are a lot of rich people who walk about what they are talking about. Their mouth stinks, like, in terms of anything that comes out of their mouth. It's dirty. It's dirty. The way they talk. Like, the way they talk about women, the way they talk about life, the way they talk about everything is dirty. You're like, you're a dirty man. But he's a rich man. And so when he's talking,
Everybody's
you're sitting there
following,
laughing. Everybody does it. Me, I will tell you, if someone is a rich person and you're saying, I'm a musician, I'm trying to get my music out there. It took $75,000 for Camido to be made like a brand name. So if you're sitting by someone who $75,000 doesn't mean anything to, you understand?
And he's cracking stupid
and you're
jokes.
cracking stupid jokes. Sometimes you're just silent.
And you need a little bit from.
But one thing I've come to find is that those people, they'll never help you. They can't help you. Like now, I know that. But back in the day, I've sat amongst people and they've just spoken shit, like horse shit out of their mouth.
But they are rich.
But they are extremely rich people, and you have to, like, as you grow older, you have to really be able to think, Charlie, just because this person is rich doesn't mean they are wise, or they're good for me, or they're the kind of people I want to hang out with or anything. So just because, like, and that's the same way I look at Hajia Bintu. She's pretty. You can't take it away from her in everything, the way she looks. But if you strip all of that away, if you take all of that away, what else is left? She's the total embodiment of objectifying women, and that is, we have hyped her to that
And she's
stage.
been smart enough to monetize it.
I don't see why when she does something like this, everybody goes like, but this is Ghana.
But Note, this whole thing that she did, this Kayamaza thing that she did, if you were on Snapchat, you will know that she's not the only influencer that does this.
But she is more popular, so.
She's
You
the
know-
one that a week before she said She made
Exactly.
her money
That is why I
doing
said
adverts.
that ad that she did, I feel like she wanted to prove something, but she took the wrong brand.
But it's okay.
If
It's
she had used any other brand, like anything else, maybe if she had done a skincare something,
maybe that won't pay her much. So
it wouldn't give her it wouldn't have been a problem.
yeah.
You know, there was this Nigerian influencer that I was following some years back. I think she was called Liquor Rose or something.
Yeah, Liquor Rose.
She was
a
part of a
Big Brother.
Vivian.
and I really liked their group because of their dancing and everything. What made me unfollow her? Because she's fair. I don't know for what reason, who paid her or anything. She just came online and she was selling like a skin bleaching cream. And she was advertising it. I followed her like this, boom. Because
You unfollowed her.
I unfollowed her like boom, straight away. Like that. But she's trying to make money.
So
You can't fault her for trying to make money, but you have to think that as a social media influencer or someone of that stature where you've grown to and the kind of people who follow you, their kids follow you, their kids who follow Ajabin too. Me, that's the only thing that it pains me. Oh. They are young girls, young girls.
But
And in
the
their
second
mind-
they see that
And
is
in
the
their
way.
Yeah. They don't want to do any other
that is
thing.
the way.
You think
They
you
don't
think-
want to
you think
do
the-
any-
what's the name of the drug? Fuck and stay or whatever. You
Yeah.
think she's marketing it to 30,
No.
35?
Is there-
She's marketing it to 15, 16, 17-year-old
They're naive.
girls, because every human being, unless you get to a certain age around 25 years, your prefrontal cortex is not well built, so you can be spoken to like you're very, how do I say, malleable.
Easy to
You
manage.
can be manipulated.
Yes, and she's speaking to these people. They're young girls who are 18, 16, 17, who now want money. And for some reason, right now, you'll be like, who's stupid enough to go and buy it? She's stupid enough. Those
They'll
girls
buy.
are stupid enough to go and get it. And
They'll buy.
And they'll go and get it.
do
And that's the market. That's, for me, that is the sad thing.
And
It's
right
sad.
now,
sad.
I can tell you.
But I'm not surprised.
I can tell you that right now.
People are in her DMs
that is
wanting to
what
buy
is
it.
raining in Accra.
Yeah.
Kaya Mata is what's raining in Accra.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of girls out there that are buying, and when influencers give you reviews that they are getting from the sellers of these products, then you see that, for example, Hajia Bintu will do this ad and it has gone viral. Everybody's talking trash about it. But about 100, 200 women are making orders, and the seller, the vendor, has made about 50,000 Ghana cedis in like a week.
Already.
Yeah.
Already, these young girls they've already started doing it. Here's the thing. The funny thing, someone was selling this medicine, this thing, and she's like, oh yeah, this, if you use it on any man, this oil, if you use it on any man, the man will never be able to leave you again. And this is how you use the oil. You're not supposed, when you get the man to the bedroom, you're the one who has to take the man's panties off. And then you rub the oil in your hand. And then you wrap the man's private part with the oil and everything. And when you do this, the man will never leave you.
Yeah. And Accra is showing us.
Yeah.
Shege.
And it's showing me. And I think per the conversation, each and every one of us, we've given our 2 cents on, how we feel about Accra and how things are going for us.
Yeah.
Now, please, if you've not subscribed and you've watched
Do the needful.
till this point, Oga,
Subscribe.
what are you
Yep.
waiting for? Yeah,
And
exactly.
click on the notification bar.
Yes.
So that
And
whenever we post,
you have access to it as
Yeah.
easy as, And if,
Your comments as well.
exactly what I was going to say.
feed us your comments.
See,
Give us
sometimes
feedback.
we want to know what you think about what you've done
Yeah.
to be able to come up with more topics for you.
Exactly.
And if you have a topic too,
That you want us to discuss.
feel comfortable and let us sit in the comments and we will do it for you.
Exactly.
And go into the description area. You get our links to our respective platforms, and please go follow each and every one of us for our personal content that we do. Now, everything that we said, from living to branding to content creation, everything that entered. If you're a brand, you're out there, you're looking for people, to work with. These are the faces you need.
We are here, please.
We got music, we got storytelling, we get skincare and lifestyle, and we have the
And
news
traveling, please. Allow me to travel for free.
and the news guru here for you. So let's do better, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you in the next episode of Mind Expression. Don't
See.
forget to follow Mind Expression podcast
And
on
we here.
TikTok.
And TikTok, on Instagram,
Yes.
Mind Expression
Underscore
_
podcast.
Yeah.
And then, let's vibe.
Yeah.
So I'll see you same time next week.
Go.
Bye.
Boom.
Metal Wigner!